Check one, check two, check one, check two, check, checking it, check.
coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial or ethnic comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. We hope you enjoy tonight's game.
So why are you at PBA?
Because I wanted to be in a Christian environment.
Because I love the community.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another broadcast here on the Sailfish Sports Network. We're only about 3.5 hours late for the start of this one, but Mother Nature was not cooperating. For those of you that have decided to stick things out and join us maybe for a mid-afternoon affair, we've got two of them on tap for you after last night's marathon of 17 innings, where the University of Tampa came out victorious 2-0 over Palm Beach Atlantic in both teams' Sunshine State Conference opener. This is always an interesting situation when you've got weather delays, especially a day like today where the weather was hit and miss really all day. We already had a pretty saturated field overnight, so we had the tarp on 2 different times, a lot of field conditioner down, but we're almost ready for our first pitch, which will come right around 3:30. We'll get you the lineups for both teams as we move along. It's going to be Taylor Penica in the pitcher's circle for Palm Beach Atlantic after junior Abby Busby went the full 17 innings, taking the unfortunate loss last night as the Spartans pushed across 2 in the top of the 17th. Penica taking her warm-up tosses with senior catcher Maddie Biggs. Defensively for Palm Beach Atlantic, it will be the same, other than in the pitcher's circle, as last night. Liz Albertini out in left, Faith Allen in center, Hannah Carlton in right field. In the infield, it's going to be Kat Budnovich, the third baseman, Alexis Guerra, the shortstop, Magnolia West at second base, Ed Molina over at first, and as I mentioned, Biggs working with the junior right-hander Taylor Penica, who's done very well in her last few outings in the circle. We'll get you the Tampa starting lineup here in just a moment. We do have a limited crew here tonight as the weather delays have caused us to have to send some folks home, as well as some basketball games going on over on main campus today. So bear with us. This was not a full broadcast, but still, as you can see on your screen, a very high quality look for you watching at home. We hope you'll enjoy what we hope will just be 14 innings today in our doubleheader after 17 last night. I think everybody was ready to head home. It's a tough game to lose, tough game to win for certain, as runs were at a premium. First pitch from Penica is right through there, and we're underway. Roger Bloat calling the balls and strikes for us in this one. It'll be Charles Smith on the bases. Of course, the same crew as we had last night, just in reverse position. Mr. Smith did a great job behind the plate. Mr. Bloat on the bases. Down and in as Balmer swings over the top of it, and quickly Penica up 0-2. You can follow live statistics on our website, pbasailfish.com. As Penica works in the sunshine, off-speed bounces up there, and it's her first ball of the game. For Tampa, it'll be Stephanie Balmer leading things off at shortstop. In the 2 spot, it'll be Alexa Russo, who did not play last night, or was not a starter, I should say. 1-2 now to Balmer. Just a foul tip there. Corinne Miner, the pitcher who went all 17 for the Spartans and hit in the 3 spot, is back in there again, but not in the pitcher circle. She'll play center field. She'll switch spots with the pitcher for today, Mariah Gallhouse, who's in the cleanup spot. Maddie Farrell does the catching again in the 5th spot. Bailey Phillips plays 3rd, bats 6th. Lexi Chevalier one ball, 2 strikes. Christina Clawberg is actually the batter in the plate. Originally, the lineup card had Russo batting 2nd, but it is actually going to be Clawberg, who was in that same spot last night. On deck is Miner. And actually, I'm going to take that back once more. Balmer at the plate and Clawberg in the 2 spot. In the hole will be Corinne Miner. 3-2 Tapper towards Guerra, deep in the hole. Tough footing, long throw, and she's in there. Guerra made it close, but Balmer able to beat it out.
Second baseman number 3, Christina Clawberg.
So the Spartans get their first hit with the first batter of the game, Stephanie Balmer. Here's Clawberg. She shows bunt, and it's fouled away. We saw this many times over last night with the Spartans. They'd get a runner on, and they'd move her over with the bunt. But they just weren't able to do much in terms of driving in runners until a suicide squeeze play in the top of the 17th. Pushed across the go-ahead run. They'd add on an insurance run on a sacrifice fly on the next batter. And that 2-0 score would hold up. Clawberg pops it up. Biggs gets a good jump, makes the basket catch as Clawberg tosses the bat aside in disgust.
Center fielder number 22, Corinne Miner.
That'll bring up the center fielder Miner, who, much like PBA's own Abby Busby, likely had to take a full ice bath or at least ice the arm, as both threw over 230 pitches. Good offering there from Penica. She dots the outside corner. It was 12 hits total for Tampa last night as they improved to 6-3. PBA dropped to 7-4. They had 10 hits. They made 2 errors. Those were both in the same inning by the pitcher Busby. Penica from the wind. This one lined right back at her and into center field. Allen will field it on a couple hops, and the Spartans have life here in the first. 2 hits, just 1 out. Penica left that one a little bit over the plate, and Miner didn't miss it. So that'll bring up the pitcher, Gallhouse. Gallhouse from Spring Hill, Florida, went to Springstead High School. This one away from Biggs. One ball, no strikes to her. This one popped into right around second base. Guerra will not be able to make the play. That'll be a base hit, as it was in no man's land, and the bases are now loaded on 3 singles.
Catcher number 54, Maddie Farrell.
Coach Cooley is going to have a word with the home plate umpire. I'm not sure what this could be about. It appears that Alexis Guerra, the PBA shortstop, may have been obstructed on making the play, but she took an alternate route. There was an appeal of a possible infield fly, is what the home plate umpire has reported, and you can understand why that wasn't called. It has to be a sure catch for an infield fly to occur, and that certainly didn't fall under that distinction. So bases are loaded now for the catcher, Farrell. Good offering there by Penica. She's been getting ahead of the hitters with regularity. Now she needs a ball at somebody for the Fish to have a chance to possibly turn 2. Oh, 1 in the dirt. Biggs blocks it up nicely. And it's all even now, 1-1 with 1 out to 54. Maddie Farrell, the catcher. Both catchers caught all 17 innings last night. Here's her next offering on the outside corner and called strike 2. Good pitch, good result. Farrell last night, 0 for 5. Did have a walk. She thought about swinging there, but it missed the zone. 2-2 now to the Spartans catcher. On deck is Bailey Phillips. A very similar lineup for head coach Cantor, as she put out there in game number 1 last night. 2-2 from Penica. This one just a piece, as Farrell may have swung at ball 3, but too close to take. Sailfish infield creeping in a little bit, hoping to get a ground ball at them. They can throw to the plate for the force. Next offering, and again, Farrell fights it off. Penica trying to work that outside corner and put her away, but Farrell has spoiled a couple of good pitches. Penica's got her sign, takes a deep breath, and here comes another 2-2. This one in the dirt, and Biggs has to drop to a knee again, so it'll go full. The 3-2 pitch, here it comes from Taylor. Again, Farrell tries to pull the outside pitch. It hasn't been successful yet, but has been effective in fouling him off. Penica can continue to put it close enough to entice her. She might get her to roll over one to the left side and have a chance to turn 2. 3-2 again. This one hit towards Guerra. She will come to the plate. It's a high throw. It'll get past her. 1 run will score. Now a second comes in, and it's quickly 2-0 Spartans as Farrell hit it at Guerra. Had to rush her throw a bit, and it was too high as it sailed on her, and Biggs couldn't corral it. That'll bring Cooley to the mound to talk things over. Just 1 out here in the first, but 2-0 Spartans, which was our final score last night in 17 innings. So that'll go down as a fielder's choice for Farrell. She'll get the RBI. No, she won't. No RBI for Farrell, but she will get all the way to second base after the overthrow. Biggs, as solid as she is, her one weakness is her height. Wasn't able to get up and get that throw that was too high.
Third baseman number 15, Bailey Phillips.
So still 2 aboard and not out of trouble yet. Bailey Phillips steps into the box. That one just a little low apparently, and it's 1-0. Phillips plays third base. Last night 1 for 5, had a walk as well. Played a solid third base. 1-0. That one in there, even now 1-1. On deck is Lexi Chevalier, the right fielder. Crowd starting to come back into the ballpark after taking a couple-hour break with the rest of us. 1-1. This one at the knees, called strike 2. The hope was to start at noon, but rain showers in the area forced a delay, and then it was decided to wait a little longer. 1-2. She offered at it. Did she go? They say no. Tough appeal there with the base umpire in the hole between shortstop and third. Doesn't get a real good look at it. I don't think she went anyway. Infielders will have to go to first or try and cut down a runner going from second to third or third to home. 2-2. Swung on and missed, and Penica picks up her first strikeout, and a very timely one at that. And she picks up the second out. Chevalier will now step in. 1 for 7 last night. Although the Spartans were not much better offensively than PBA last night, they did resist the strikeout bug. Put the ball in play a good bit as that one's taken low. And a total of 7 strikeouts, while PBA struck out 15 times, including the final batter of the game. 1-0. This one tapped up the middle. Guerra fields, throws, and ends the inning. But the Spartans do strike first with a pair in the top half. We'll get you the PBA lineup when we come back.
So why are you at PBA?
Because I wanted to be in a Christian environment.
Because I love the community.
A million opportunities for me to get involved.
I really find myself growing here in my walk with God.
Because Palm Beach Atlantic University is anchored in faith,
anchored in values,
anchored in truth.
We educate, mentor, pray for our students
so they can confidently
launch.
Right field bats 7th. Liz Albertini bats 8th. Plays left field, and Faith Allen rounds out the starting 9 for PPA in center field. Defensively for the Spartans, very similar to last night. It'll be Emily Proffitt out in left field. In center field, it'll be Minor. In right field, Lexi Chevalier. Around the infield, Bailey Phillips at third. Stephanie Balmer at shortstop. Christina Clawberg at second base. As Magnolia West takes strike one from Mariah Gallhouse. Over at first base will be Emily Jansen, and doing the catching once again is Maddie Farrell. So Gallhouse and Minor just flip-flop from last night. One in center field, one in the pitcher's circle. This one, sky down the left field line, giving chases Proffitt, but it'll fall out of play. Proffitt did not start the ball game last night. That was Lauren Reyes. Unfortunately for Lauren, she had to be taken out of the game due to injury and was not able to be well enough to go so far today. This one way upstairs as West takes the first ball for Gallhouse. Gallhouse and Minor coming into the series had essentially split the pitching. Gallhouse ready. This one sky to right field, but the wind is going to beat that one down as it's easily handled out there. Gallhouse, of course, talented player, can play center field and pitch. Also listed as a possible shortstop on the roster. She's just a freshman, came into today's action 2-1, 20 innings pitched, a 1.05 earned run average. One a low strike, but to a low batter in Alexis Guerra. Guerra busy in the top of the first, just as she was in game one of the series. Lots of action her way at shortstop. A one from Gallhouse. Dots the outside corner again. Gallhouse really uncorks it very quickly. She's gotten ahead of both batters. No balls, 2 strikes. As Guerra just fights that one off. As they'll retrieve it after it got behind the netting over there by the dugout. Sun is shining now. A stiff breeze coming in from right, kind of across the field, right to left. No, a possibility of a homer to left today. As Guerra tries to pull the outside pitch and comes up empty for out number 2. That'll bring up Maddie Biggs. Maddie, a couple of doubles last night. In total, she went 3 for 7. Biggs watches the first offer from Gallhouse just at the knees. That's been her sweet spot here through the first 3 hitters, keeping the ball down and away from them. This one, a pitch with good velocity, but off the plate evens things up now to the PBA catcher. Biggs from Bradenton, went to Lakewood Ranch High School for suiting up with the Sailfish the last 4 years. Line towards the first baseman, Jansen, who spears it before it gets into right field. So Biggs hits it hard, but has nothing to show for it. We've played 1, 2-0. UT leads.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Top of the second inning. Sailfish looking to put up a 0 as Pennica will be back out to face the bottom part of the order. It'll be Emily Jansen leading things off. Jansen last night 0 for 5, 3 punch outs. Jansen had a flowing mane of hair last night. Today it's in 2 braids. Umpires want to make sure everybody's good to go. It looks like we are now. Jansen's ready, and so is Pennica. This one bounces in there and back to the backstop as Biggs has a laugh with the home plate umpire. One ball, no strikes to the first baseman who made that nice catch off the bat of Biggs to end the first. This one right back at Pennica, and she snares it before it gets to center field. Great play there by the PBA pitcher. That one was self-defense work at its finest.
Left fielder number 4, Emily Proffitt.
Not a lot of reaction time to be had, and Taylor showed off the reflexes there. That'll bring up first the offering there to Emily Proffitt, who's in left field. She made a late appearance in the game last night. Proffitt out of Newark, Delaware. Caravel Academy. So Pennica He's mostly worked the fastball and the off-speed in the dirt. Hasn't been able to quite find her zone with that one yet. Proffitt, junior, as this one sails high, and it'll go to a 3-0 count. Proffitt in the 9th spot in the order. Balmer waits on deck, the shortstop who got the rally started an inning ago with a leadoff single. That one in there is Proffitt likely taking all the way. Sunshine coming down brightly now, drying out this saturated field. Next offering, jammed her, slowly hit towards Guerra. She'll cut it off, fire across, and get her. 2 outs here in the second.
Number 2, Steph Balmer.
Alexis doing her very best Carlos Lara impersonation there. Cut the ball off at short and fire across. Carlos, our scoreboard operator to my right today. Kenny Silvestri, once again, our public address announcer and DJ. This one hit towards Budnovich. It'll stay fair. She'll toss across. And a very easy second inning for Penica and the Fish on defense. Looking to get the bats going in the bottom half.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents.
Bottom half of the second inning, Janie McCloskey will lead things off, followed by Kat Budovich and Ed Millie Molina.
University of Tampa.
Gallhouse ready to go as this one's lined softly into center. Miner will take it off a hop, and McCloskey wastes no time breaking up the no-hitter. Sailfish have the leadoff batter aboard. Gallhouse, not a big strikeout pitcher, likely going to pitch more to contact, similar to Penica's style. Coming into the action, she had 11 Ks in 20 innings. But she puts that one on the outside corner. She has been a strike thrower, only 1 walk in 20 innings, and has been many more strikes than balls thus far today. 3.85 Ks per 7, as opposed to Miner, who is at 6.52. 0-1. Tapper back to her. They'll have a chance for 2. It's off the mark, and that'll go into center field. Sailfish catch a break there. Both teams have had trouble throwing the ball here early on, and now Sailfish are in business. 2 aboard with nobody out. Budovich hit it solidly, one-hopped it to the pitcher Gallhouse, who rushed her throw to second and air-milled it. After 17 innings of shutout ball last night, you know the Sailfish are just looking to really break through and get at least 1 here. One of those things where it might just open the floodgates. You get 1 and you feel a little confidence and feel like you can get more than that. Now you're down by 2 right now. We're just in the bottom of the second. 0-1. Hit well to center field, drifting back. It's going to be over Miner's head. It'll one-hop the wall. Budovich got a good jump. They'll waver to the plate. Here's the relay. There won't be one. Budovich scores, and we're tied. 2-run double. Ed Millie Molina. There's those floodgates busted wide open off the bat of the junior from Plant City, Edmillie Molina. She'll get a high five from her head coach. Great base running there by Kat Budnovich. She saw it going over the head of Miner in center field, didn't waste any time. Rounded the bases hard, Cooley centered to the plate, and the Fish have tied it up at 2. And still nobody out. That error by the pitcher really coming up big now, as this one stays low to Hannah Carlton. Pitchers duel last night, and we've already had double the amount of runs in the opener in just 1+ innings. That'll even things up at 1-1 to the PBA right fielder. Carlton had a bit of a rough night with the bat last night. I think she'd be the first to admit to you on that. But today's a new day. This one on the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Hannah 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts last night. Did have a walk. 1-2. Gallhouse delivers. He fouls it back to the net. Just a little late. Molina really squaring that one up. And the wind didn't really probably play too much of an issue with it. The wind's blowing across the field, right to left. 1-2. Off the plate. Good take, and it's even. Gallhouse works very quickly. She gets the ball back, gets her sign, and fires. And after 17 innings last night, I'm sure all of us are especially appreciative of that work rate. 2-2 now. Off the plate, and it'll go full. Good at bat by Carlton. Waiting on deck is Albertini. Leading from second is Molina. Here's the 3-2 offering. Couldn't stop her swing, and Carlton may have swung at ball 4. It was going to be a close pitch, but she'll head back to the dugout, first out of the inning.
Left fielder, number 2, Liz Albertini.
Here's Albertini. The bottom of this PBA order was the area that really suffered the most against Corinne Miner. This one's hit right back to her, and she speared it. Nice play by Gallhouse. Good base running by Molina. She didn't hesitate. That one nearly snuck through off the bat of Albertini, who squared it up. So she does make the productive out. Second out in the frame. That brings up Faith Allen. Faith 1 for 7. She too had 4 strikeouts last night. This one in there for strike 1. One thing I've already noticed about Gallhouse as opposed to Miner, Gallhouse a lot more of a bottom of the zone type pitcher. Miner went with a lot more rise balls. Perhaps that'll play into the PBA favor. She is certainly a strike thrower, though, as she's proven that. Allen will now have to be tough with 2 strikes, as she wants to turn the lineup over to Magnolia West. This one tap foul. Good job just to fight it off. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast today. If you want to check in with us by email, we of course always love hearing from you fans that are tuning in. You can do that by emailing us right here in the press box at michael_brown@pba.edu, as this one misses off the plate. Again, that's MICHAEL_Brown, BROWN @pba.edu. We'd love to know where you're watching from, who you're tuning in to see. Spartan or Sailfish, we do not discriminate. 1-2 to Allen. Tapper left side. Phillips fields it on a hop, throws across, almost pulled her off the bag, but a good stretch by E.J. Jansen, and that ends the second. But it is a productive one as PBA evens it up 2-2.
Second baseman number 3, Christina Clawberg.
Two-spot will start the top of the third for the Spartans. Christina Clawberg. This one tapped towards Budnovich. She'll take the big hop and make a off-the-mark throw, but Molina is able to corral it and make the tag.
Center fielder number 22, Corinne Miner.
That'll bring up the center fielder, Corinne Miner. It's a pitch just off the plate. Miner going with just one batting glove. I feel like usually when you see a batter go with only one batting glove, it's the bottom hand. She's got the top hand covered up. Maybe it's her glove hand. That one's launched deep to center field. Allen drifting back. It's over the wall. And a solo homer by Miner gives the Spartans back the lead. We were just talking off air in between innings that we might see some long balls today. The wind is really whipping out towards that part of the ballpark. Take nothing away from Miner. She got a big swing on it.
Pitcher number 21, Mariah Gallhouse.
Mariah Gallhouse will now follow as she now has a 3-2 lead heading back to the bottom of the third. Gallhouse ready. One just a little off the plate. Tapper towards Budnovich. She'll field and throw across again and get a speeding Gallhouse. Makes it a close play. Budnovich and Guerra, much as they were last night, very active. They've made practically every play. Here's Maddie Farrell. She had a long first at bat, as that's a nice off-speed pitch from Pennica, something she's tried to find in the early going today. Hasn't been able to until that one. Froze Farrell. This one fouled off and quickly 0-2. PBA women's basketball is in action earlier this afternoon, wrapping things up, as well as PBA beach volleyball making their program debut. They were victorious in their first match against Weber. This one bounced in there. And when I went over earlier, they were beating St. Leo 2-0. St. Leo also taking on Weber and lost to Weber. So PBA looking like they're going to have a good chance to go 2-0 in their first ever competition as a varsity beach volleyball program. 1-2, off speed, and Farrell does a good job to wait back and line it into center field. 2-out single for the UT catcher.
Third base number 15, Bailey Phillips.
That'll bring up Bailey Phillips. Phillips from nearby Jupiter, Florida. Went to Jupiter High School. We've had a few Sailfish softball players come from Jupiter High over the years. This one inside, and it's ball one. PBA women's basketball taking on St. Leo today. The men soon to follow. Next offering from Pennica in there for strike one. All things considered, everybody really hanging in there pretty well with the weather today, with the delays and uncertainty. 1-1 now as Pennica takes the deep breath and delivers. Nicely placed there, and it's 1-2. PBA men's lacrosse will be in action as well today. In fact, they may already have wrapped up their game. 1-2, a little low. And it looks like they have PBA men's lacrosse victorious 12-9 over Barton up in North Carolina. So Coach Stephen Tempone and his squad off to a 1-0 start as this one's fouled off. Good to hear from Rebecca Glandon. Rebecca, hope I'm pronouncing your name right. She's watching up in Dunedin. 2-2. This one fouled off to the third base side. Always love hearing from those that are tuning into our broadcasts, those that couldn't make the trip or had to depart after the 3.5 hour or so delay. We wish you all could be here, but glad that you're tuning in and checking out things on your computer or your TV today. 2-2. Inside corner, and Pennica Frozer. Phillips is retired, and we head to the bottom of the third. UT takes the 3-2 lead.
The Sailfish Booster Club is responsible for raising funds to support our athletic teams with travel, uniforms, and equipment. Even small gifts can go a long way in supporting our teams. It is only through the generous gifts of all of our supporters that all the costs of our athletic programs can be funded. If you are currently a member, thank you. If you are not, please visit pbasailfish.com/give today and become a member of the Sailfish Booster Club. The Arrigo Automotive Group are longtime supporters of Palm Beach Atlantic University. Known for their wide selection of vehicle offerings at multiple locations in South Florida, Arrigo offers a comprehensive new and used car buying experience including parts, service, and repairs, not to mention straightforward financing. Search their inventory and schedule a test drive from your smartphone or by visiting them online at arrigo.net today.
Bottom of the third, our score 3 for the Spartans, 2 for the Sailfish. Been an offensive onslaught here in this one compared to last night of 16 scoreless innings, followed by the Spartans winning 2-0 in 17. UT scored 2 in the first in this one. PBA matched them with 2 in the bottom of the second. UT taking the lead on a Corinne Miner solo homer. This one grounded up the middle. Tough play for Clawberg. She won't be able to make it, as West will beat it out and pick up the single. Clawberg would have had to fielded that one perfectly and made a strong throw to get the speedy West, so it'll go down as a base hit. Here's Guerra. Guerra, tough night at the plate last night by her statistics. However, she did hit the ball hard several times, but no hits to show for it. No sign of a bunt there as she takes ball 1. Guerra struck out her first time against Gallhouse. 1-0. This one fouled at the plate. Coach Cooley going through her signs down in the third base coaching box. 1-1 to Guerra. She does lay the bunt down this time, but it goes foul. Now you would imagine it'll probably be a swing away approach. One-two. Grounded left side, and it will be knocked down by Balmer, but she doesn't have a play. So Guerra picks up the infield single, and PBA comes right back. That brings up Biggs, one of the hottest hitters in the lineup for PBA. She's going to take her time, wants to get dug in nicely in the somewhat muddy batter's box. Good pitch there, but just missed the plate. Looked like a pretty good pitch. Another large airplane going overhead. Very busy day in Palm Beach. 1-0. Here's the offering. That one in there and evens it up at 1-1. Biggs back in the box, looking for something she can do damage with. Won't be that one though, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. PBA men's basketball underway over in the Rubin Arena, up early 4-2. You can follow their action on the Sailfish Sports Network as well, as this one's grounded towards Balmer. She'll have a chance to turn 2. Gets her at second for 1, back to first, but not in time. Biggs hustling. Beats the wrap, and the runners are at the corners now with 1 out. So McCloskey steps in. She had a single her first time up on the first pitch, so watch out here again for an aggressive approach by Janie. 3-2 our score. She looks at the first offering, but it misses. 1-0. That Sailfish men's basketball game also being broadcast on the Sailfish Sports Network by our good friend Alex, a.k.a. the Godfather. 1-0. Hit deep to center, Minor drifting back, twisting, she'll make the catch, and that'll be well deep enough to score West with the tying run. McCloskey with her hands raised will get some high fives on her way back to the dugout to tie things up. That'll bring up Kat Budnovich. With Biggs remaining at first. This one popped into shallow left. Easy play for Proffitt, although she'll have to battle the wind. And she settles under it. But PBA comes right back and ties this up again. We're all knotted at 3, after 3.
Are you in need of the latest Sailfish gear? Visit pbasailfishgear.com for all the best in Sailfish products. The official online store of PBA Athletics has everything from t-shirts, sweatshirts, and polos to drinkware, business accessories, and even pet supplies. Visit pbasailfishgear.com, your one-stop shop for Sailfish swag. The next time you travel to town to watch the Fish 2 battle, consider staying at the official hotel partner of Palm Beach Atlantic Athletics, the Holiday Inn Airport and Conference Center. The Holiday Inn is conveniently located less than a mile from the Reeker Athletic Campus and is easily accessible to Palm Beach International Airport and our downtown campus. With deluxe accommodations for teams and fans alike, be sure and choose Holiday Inn for your next overnight stay, and don't forget to ask for the special PBA Sailfish rate.
Of the 4th inning, a little bit of a delay here as Biggs was on the bases, so she'll come out now, and Pennica will throw actually no warm-up pitches, I believe. I think she's ready to go. Wants to throw one and get it down. Good to hear from the Busby family watching up in Mississippi tonight, or today. Jeff and Angela Busby, of course, Jean and Gloria Coxwell, also grandparents to Abby Busby, who's getting a well-deserved rest on the bench right now after 17 innings of work in the circle last night. Big sister Lauren had to work today, so she wasn't able to join them, but we'll look forward to her watching next time as This one fouled off by Chevalier. Also good to hear again from Rebecca Glandon, who's a big fan of my hat. So thank you very much. There are 4 of us sitting up here today in the press box, 3 of us wearing hats, and they're all 3 very different, although they are all sailfish related. 0-1. Again, Chevalier fouls it back to the screen. 3 runs on 5 hits, 1 error for the UT Spartans. 3 runs on 4 hits and 1 error for the PBA Sailfish. Pretty good sized crowd on hand considering the delay. Spartans traveled very well with their fan group. 0-2 now to Chevalier. Good pitch there by Penica, but Chevalier not biting. We'll have both games for you here on the Sailfish Sports Network. Probably about 20 to 25 minutes in between games. 1-2. This one hit hard but foul as Coach Cantor sees it whistle by her. PBA men's basketball off to a great start, shooting 70% from the field as they lead early over St. Leo. One ball, 2 strikes. This one launched deep into the parking lot. And we'll do it again. Chevalier playing right field again today. Played all 17 innings out there last night. 1-2 from Penica. Off speed, but it stays high. Two and 2. Here's the offering. This one again stays high, and they'll go full. Spartans finishing as the Sunshine State Conference runner-up last season. Made a return to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2015. 3-2. Tapper left side, again foul. Palm Beach Atlantic, the 2018 Sunshine State Conference champions in their first year of eligibility, missed out on the NCAA tournament last year as they fell to 27 and 24. Appears off of early season results to still be a very wide open conference again this year. 3-2, popped up, almost hit her. In fact, I think it did hit her after it hit the bat. She has a laugh, so I guess everything's okay. But that one more of a defensive swing than anything else. Strange play. Really bearing in on her knuckles, and she just was able to fight it off. 3-2. Popped into center. Drifting back is Allen near the wall. She'll make the catch on the track. The ball really carrying out that way.
First baseman number 19, Emily Jansen.
Jansen will now step in, 1 out. That one down and in, 1-0. Panica looks to the wrist, gets the sign she wants, and is ready to go. Swung on over the top and in the glove of Biggs for strike 1, 1-1. Jansen back in. She's at the front of the batter's box. Wants to try and get out for that drop ball. Gets up there. 1-1. This one sails on her a bit, and it's 2-1. Coaching staff's a little different for these two teams. Coach Leslie Cantor in her 26th season leading the Spartans. Some of her assistant coaches have been with her a number of years as well. 2-1, launched off the facing of the dugout. On the Sailfish side, it's a very youthful, inexperienced coaching staff with Jessica Cooley in her first year as head coach. Plenty of experience, however, coming in as an assistant and director of softball operations from Mississippi State, where she also played for the Bulldogs. Carson Gordon just finishing her playing career at Florida State. Here's the 2-2. Down and in, again, proving pesky. Taking a look at some of the action around the league. Rollins leading Nova Southeastern early, 2-0. They were the victors last night. Embry-Riddle beating up on Lynn again. It's 6-1 in that one. That's final. 2-2 offering from Penica. Hit towards Guerra sharply, but an easy play for her. And the Sailfish shortstop continues her good work with the glove. 2 down in the fourth.
Left fielder number 4, Emily Proffitt.
Florida Tech winning 11-3 in their first game against Florida Southern today. They're leading 2-1 in the second game. No rain for them today, I guess, as this one stays too high. Barry also leading Eckerd College 5-3 in the bottom of the sixth. We'll keep you up to date on those scores, or you can do the same on SunshineStateConference.com on the SSC scoreboard. 1-0 now to Proffitt, who hits it through the right side past the diving West. Carlton thinks about a throw, but Proffitt runs well and gets to first base with the 6th hit in 3 2/3 for the Spartans offense. Both teams have come alive with the bats today, as that'll turn the lineup back over to the top to Stephanie Balmer. Balmer from Tampa and Steinbrenner High. She got the first inning rally started for UT with a leadoff single, infield single at that. That went in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Balmer with the bat on the shoulder, now ready. Hits towards Garrett deep in the hole. Only one play will be to second, and got her. Good stretch by West as Garrett West ends the top of the fourth as the Spartans go scoreless. It's 3-3 as we head to the bottom of the fourth.
So why are you at PBA?
Because I wanted to be in a Christian environment.
Because I love the community.
A million opportunities for me to get involved.
I really find myself growing here in my walk with God.
Because Palm Beach Atlantic University is anchored in faith,
Anchored in values.
Anchored in truth.
We educate, mentor, pray for our students,
so they can confidently
launch.
Ed Millie Molina will grab a bat and lead things off in the bottom of the fourth as Palm Beach Atlantic hopes to get their first lead in the series. They've tied it up twice after Tampa took the lead as this one's crushed to left. Coming on, diving and making a great play out there is Lexi Chevalier. That one very important to make the catch, because if it gets to the ground, gets by her after the dive, even though Molina, not one of the speedsters on the team, would have had a chance to round all 4 bases. Here's Carlton, as Molina has stung the ball twice, once for a 2-run double and once on that line out to Chevalier. Carlton comes up empty on the first swing. This one misses off the plate. Carlton certainly has the power to pop one out of here. We've already seen one homer on the day with Corinne Miner's solo blast for the Spartans. As the wind whips through the ballpark. This one a little late as Carlton maybe thinking about a shot to right field. One ball, 2 strikes to Carlton. It popped into right. Chevalier tested again. This one a much easier play, though, as it's inner tracks. So quickly 2 up, 2 down.
Left fielder, number 2, Liz Albertini.
Here's Albertini. She hit the ball hard her first time, but it was right back to Gallhouse, who speared it before it could get by her into center field. This one popped into shortstop area. Balmer will make the easy grab, and a very efficient, easy inning for Gallhouse and the Spartans. We go to the 5th. 3-3.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Swing at base number 3, Christina Clawberg.
Top of the 5th. Pennica ready to get back to work and fires one into Christina Clawberg. Clawberg 0 for 2 today. 6 hits for Tampa, 4 for PBA. Each team has made an error, which has led to runs. This one over towards Budnovich. They'll say it's a fair ball. Close to the line, and Kat did a nice job to round it off and keep that one fair. Kat has had a little bit of a tough run with the bat of late, but not affected her defense. She has done very, very well over there the last 2 days and throughout this season. Defensively, PBA has had a good run of it. This one skied to deep left field. Miner may have gone yard twice. No. Albertini hauls it in. Just too much air under that one. May have gotten above the wind stream, to be honest with you. Miner had already homered once. Here's Gallhouse. Gallhouse, the pitcher. Interesting note about Mariah Gallhouse. She is a Florida Virtual School graduate. Some folks have a different definition of the word interesting around here. Gallhouse 1 for 2 on the afternoon. This one hit towards West, who will charge it, make the throw over, and Pennica matches Gallhouse pitch for pitch here. Top of the 5th, scoreless, 3-3 our score.
Start your day with the new Hash Brown Scramble Bowl from Chick-fil-A.
Bottom half of the fifth, PBA would love to take a lead here and start to think about evening up this series. Sunshine State Conference play is here. PBA will take a break from Sunshine State Conference play next weekend. When they're off Friday, Saturday, they will host a nationally ranked team in the University of North Georgia in a doubleheader against the Nighthawks here at Simpson Field next Sunday, a week from tomorrow. So a very rare Sunday afternoon games. As Faith Allen leads things off here, swings at a ball in the dirt and fouls it off. Or near the dirt, I should say. Faith gets settled in. No balls, one strike. This one tapped up the middle. Balmer to her left. Fields throws, and they got her. Very close play, but Balmer has been superb defensively all series long. Allen runs very well and almost beat it out.
Second baseman, number 20, Magnolia West.
Here's West. Maggie 1 for 2 in the game. 4 hits in the series. Shows bunt, shortens it up. They'll appeal it if she went, and they say yes, she did. So it's going to be an 0-1 count instead of 1-0. Umpire did not obviously have a great angle with the left-handed batter up, but I did think she went around. 0-1 to West, this one off the plate. They play her straight away in the outfield. I think that's pretty understanding considering West really is a hitter that can hit to line. Great speed. Can lay down a bunt. We've seen her do that already in this series. 1-1. Tapper. Balmer again tested. She'll get rid of it quickly this time, knowing the speed of the runner, and quickly 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth.
Number 12, Alexis Guerra.
First offering to Guerra is off the plate. 0-1 to the PBA senior shortstop out of Modesto, California. (1-0) lined, and Balmer will have a chance at all 3 plays. She makes them all 3 flawlessly, and a very easy 5th inning for both pitchers. We're all knotted at 3 after 5.
Do you want Sailfish content delivered straight to your inbox? Sign up for the Sailfish Scoop at pbasailfish.com to get customized content delivered directly to your email as soon as it's available online. Customize your content to stay current with your favorite teams, or get it all to know the latest from all 17 programs. Sign up today for the Sailfish Scoop at pbasailfish.com. Looking for a night out with friends or family after the game? Consider any one of the 15 Duffy Sports Grill locations here in Palm Beach County. Visit the Clematis location just 1 mile from PBA for great food, excellent service, and a sports watching experience like nowhere else. Head over to duffysmvp.com for the full menu, including great lunch specials, and to check out their 10 delicious wing flavors.
We're moving right along here, just over an hour, much a similar pace as we had last night through the 6th inning. It was about an hour 15, and then things really slowed down and really extended. We went 17 innings if you didn't join us for that one. Tampa eventually getting the victory. We're all knotted at 3 here. This one right back at Pennica, almost took her head off, and Farrell's got a leadoff single. Looks like Coach Cantor is going to get to her bench and put in a pinch runner. Looks like it's going to be Mackenzie Allen going to relieve Farrell at first base. That one hit sharply, and Pennica was able to spear one of those earlier in this game. That one just a little higher. She made a good effort at it, but That one really tattooed as PBA's infield defense going to talk things over here. Probably go over some scenarios of if Phillips were to lay down a bunt, where they're all going to be going. The potential stolen base also on the table with Allen, the pinch runner. You want to know where you're going. Phillips choking up on the bat about a full hand's worth. She does square around and lays down the bunt. Molina will pick it up, throw to first. Barehanded play there. Molina looks very comfortable fielding bunts. We saw it a lot last night. Chevalier will now get a chance as the runner is moved into scoring position. Pennica wants to bear down here and keep things right where they're at, 3-3.
Right fielder number 13, Lexi Chevalier.
Pennica ready for her first offering. Chevalier watches that one go inside to her. Chevalier 0 for 2 in the ball game. Emily Jansen, also known as EJ, waiting on deck. 1-0. Off the plate. You have first base open. So you don't have to attack Chevalier here, but you'd imagine Pennica doesn't want to add to the situation. This one skied, but well foul. You can see a big difference in the defensive setup for the PBA outfield today versus yesterday, really respecting the wind that's whipping across the ballpark. All three are probably 6 or 7 strides deeper than they were in similar situations last night. See how that plays a factor. 2-1 in the dirt. It's going to get away from Biggs, and that'll move Allen up on a wild pitch. She did swing at the ball, so it's a strike. I think that may have bounced up and got the umpire as well. So a good thing in the strike, a bad thing in the wild pitch, but now a squeeze is really off the table with 2 strikes, or most likely. Chevalier back ready, the infield in. 2-2, just off the plate, went off speed. Oh, a 3-2 pitch upcoming as Jansen waits on deck. Deep breath from Pennica. Here comes the 3-2 offering. Skied to center field. Will that be deep enough? Allen has a read on it. She comes up firing. Here's the throw. She's going to airmail it though. And no chance to get the speedy Allen. Would have taken an absolute rocket of a throw. So they'll take the lead 4-3 on the sacrifice fly. Allen frustrated with herself, but I'm not sure even a perfect throw is going to get the speedy Mackenzie Allen. So the sacrifice bunt pays off this time, helped out by the wild pitch. 4-3 our score now. This one in for a first pitch strike to EJ Jansen. 7 hits for UT. And they've got the 4 runs now. 2 in the first, 1 in the third, now 1 here in the 6th. Swung on and missed there. Good news for PBA is twofold. One, they've matched the Spartans nearly every time they've scored. Hope that trend continues in the bottom of this inning. The other part is the 3, 4, 5 hitters are due. Biggs, McCloskey, and Budnovich. 0-2. Chop foul at the plate. Jansen 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Emily Proffitt waits on deck. She's 1 for 2. Pennica looking for a strikeout. Ready now, 0-2 offering, and she fights it off. Almost 4:45 here in game number 1. We started at 3:30 or thereabouts. 0-2 inside corner, and Jansen Does a nice job to just foul that one away. Was fooled on the velocity, but was able to get the bat head around and make contact. Penica looks to the wrist for the sign. Here comes 0-2. Into center, Allen charging hard, won't be able to make the play. We talked about it just a few batters ago, how deep the outfielders are playing, respecting the wind, and that time it cost her. She got a good read on it, but wasn't able to cover enough ground to scoop it up before it hit the turf. That brings up the 9th place hitter in Emily Proffitt, 1 for 2. 2 outs here in the 6th. Penica stays high with her first offering, 1-0. One would imagine Gallhouse will be back out there for the bottom half of this inning, and we'll see who both teams go with in game number 2 for their pitching services. 1-0. Grounded weakly towards Budnovich. She'll scoop it up and fire across, get her by a step. But the Spartans strike again. They now lead it 4-3 as we go to the bottom of the 6th.
Every Sailfish team aims to look good on and off the field. So when it comes to our Nike apparel needs, we always turn to AdPro Sports. From uniforms to practice gear and everything in between, AdPro Sports outfits all 17 Palm Beach Atlantic sports teams while serving as a one-stop shop from concept to reality. Learn more by visiting adprosports.com. Jimmy John's of West Palm Beach is a proud sponsor of Palm Beach Atlantic Athletics, as well as the freaky fast sandwich choice of Sailfish everywhere. Whether ordering for one or a whole team, Jimmy John's can deliver right to your doorstep here in downtown West Palm Beach and provide you with some of the best sandwiches around. The Clematis location is just a few blocks away from campus, or order online at jimmyjohns.com.
Leading off the 6th inning for the Sailfish, catcher number 22, Maddie Biggs.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th, 3-hole hitter and catcher Maddie Biggs. Gallhouse is indeed back out there in the circle. I was talking before the break about whether or not last night's starting pitchers will factor, as this one's launched to left, but I think she hit it off the handle, drifting back, and up near the wall is Emily Proffitt. She'll haul it in. Just the sound of that one even didn't sound like Maddie got it on the sweet spot. And because of the wind, it really took it out there to deep left, but not enough to tie this one up on one swing. There's McCloskey, certainly capable of doing that herself. She's 1 for 1. This one off the plate. Here's the next one, 1-0. McCloskey responsible for PBA's 3rd run on a sacrifice fly. She hit out to Corinne Miner in center field. She's up in the count here, 2-0. Next offering, hit weakly towards 3rd. Phillips will wait for it. Fire across, it's high, but she applies the tag. Nice play there by Jansen at first base as she'll come over and get a full-on hug from Phillips. It really wound up and threw that one like a bullet, but a high bullet that Jansen was able to go up and get. Here's Budnovich. 2 outs, nobody aboard in the bottom of the 6th. This one hit out towards left field. Proffitt going to give it a chase, but can't get there. It gets by her and all the way to the wall. Budnovich will cruise into second base with a 2-out double as PBA has life here in the 6th. That'll bring up Ed Millie Molina. She's hit the ball hard twice today, a 2-run double. And a line out to right field on a nice diving play by Chevalier. First base is open. Hannah Carlton waits on deck, who's had a bit of a rough series, so we'll see how much they give Molina to hit. But the first pitch strike is in there. Pitch on the outer part of the plate, but wise of Molina to hold off on swinging. Couldn't have done a whole lot with that pitch had she swung, although I think it was a strike. Here's the 0-1. This one grounded right back to Gallhouse. Tough luck there for Molina as it almost bounced over, but instead she's taken down. Budovich gets the 2-out double, but she's stranded. 4-3 as we go to the 7th.
When it comes to a post-game meal celebration, the Sailfish always turn to Buffalo Wild Wings. Founded in 1982 with one restaurant in Columbus, Ohio, Buffalo Wild Wings has grown to at least one location in all 50 states and specialize in providing a fun-filled atmosphere and great-tasting food. Visit the West Palm Beach location at 4576 Okeechobee Boulevard for your next family dinner or group outing. Aramark serves as the official food service provider of Palm Beach Atlantic University. Whether it's the Fraser Dining Hall, Einstein Brothers Bagels, or our very own Green Complex Chick-fil-A, the friendly folks of Aramark are ready to serve the PBA community. Aramark serves over 1,500 colleges and universities worldwide with 270,000 employees meeting the needs of their clients every day. Find out more by visiting aramark.com.
Shortstop number 2, Steph Balmer.
Top of the order here in the 7th as UT seeking out some insurance. It's 4-3. They lead as Stephanie Balmer takes strike 1. Pennick been solid today. No walks, 2 strikeouts. The Corinne Minor homer, the difference so far. As that gave them their 3rd run, and the sacrifice fly gave them their 4th. Balmer tried a bunt, but she is going to head back to home plate after it's picked up foul. Balmer 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Oh, 2 to the Spartans shortstop. This one almost another fair ball, but it's tipped foul. Neither Balmer or Guerra on the PBA side have had a whole lot to show offensively in these 2 games, but they've been worth their weight in gold defensively. 0-2. Panica gets her sign and is ready. Here's her offering. This one hit down the left field line. Everybody chasing it, but Albertini won't be able to run under it. Balmer would be followed by Christina Clawberg and Corinne Minor here in the top of the 7th. Sailfish will look to rally. They trail by just 1 right now. They've swung the bats better today than they did yesterday, so a tie or win is certainly not out of the realm of possibility. 0-2. Tapper. Budovich will come up and kill it foul. Balmer will retreat back again. Off speed and taken outside as Balmer thought about it but held up. One ball, 2 strikes. This one right back where it came from. We've seen that a lot today. As Balmer singles to center, her second base hit of the game. She led off the game with an infield single. Now Christina Clawberg, who's 0 for 3, will get a chance. If the Spartans follow the UT playbook, they will be laying down a sacrifice bunt here. And with a 1-run lead, why not? Minor swung the bat very well today, a homer and a fly out to the base of the wall in her last 2 at-bats. She lays the bunt down. Budovich will let it go past wisely picks it up. Very heady play there by the sophomore out of Oviedo. So far today, Clawberg has popped out to the catcher, grounded out to third twice. She popped out to the catcher trying to lay down a sacrifice bunt in the first. It was a foul pop-up that Biggs was able to settle under. Tries to get this one down, does, and coming over quickly to cover third was Penica. So Clawberg is credited with the sacrifice bunt, and Corinne Miner will now get another chance. Overall, Miner today, 2 for 3, 2 runs scored. That solo homer being the big blow. Balmer out at second. Here's the first offering to Miner. Perfectly placed, and Penica quickly up in the count. No balls, 1 strike. Here it is. Tapper, left side, going to be a tough play. Budnovich breaks down, looks at second, and throws to first. Too late. Not sure if there was a miscommunication there, as it was a good base running by Balmer.
Pitcher number 21, Mariah Gallhouse.
Budnovich, had she scooped and threw the ball across, had a good chance to get Miner, but she turned and looked at the runner sprinting behind her momentarily, and that cost her. Infield single. So lots of options here. Can't rule out the suicide squeeze possibility. Gallhouse there. Ground ball towards Guerra. She'll fire to the plate, and Biggs will apply the tag. Nice play. 6-2 to get the speedy Balmer at the plate. That was a repeat of what we saw in the first inning, almost to a T. On that time, though, Guerra airmailed the throw and allowed 2 runs to score. This time she delivered a perfect strike. Biggs caught it and applied the tag. Here's Maddie Farrell. She's had a good day, 2 for 3. A hard single back up the middle her last time up that Penica almost got picked off with. Coach Cooley going to go out and talk things over with her battery and maybe her whole infield. We'll see. She's got a whole catalog of paperwork with her as they're going to go over how they've pitched Farrell in the past and maybe come up with an updated game plan. So Gallhouse at first, Miner out at second. Remember, we'll have game number 3 of the series, 2 of the day, about 20-25 minutes, I would guess, after the conclusion of this one. The Spartans trying to clinch the series if they can win this one. Sailfish trying to even it up and make game 3 a little more interesting. But they all count the same in terms of wins. That one on the outside corner, nicely placed, as Farrell watched it go by. Penica ready now for the 0-1. This one a little further out, and Biggs had to go get it, evens things up. Farrell has singled in her last 2 at-bats, in the 3rd and in the 6th. 1-1. Ground ball up the middle. West dives, knocks it down momentarily, but it escapes her grasp, and that will allow the Spartans to add to their lead. Tough luck there as West did a good job to get to the ball. Dove and almost made the great play, but it scooted out of her glove. Guerra picked it up but couldn't get her at the plate. So a big insurance run there on the top of the 7th has the Spartans in front 5-3. Here's Phillips, not out of the woods yet. In there for strike 1. West was kind of playing her in the 3-4 hole in between first and second base and had a long way to go, got to it, but just couldn't quite corral it. Swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes here to the batter. This one tapped towards West, a little easier play, almost screened by the runner, but she'll make the play. So the Sailfish need a rally. They trail by 2. We go to the bottom of the 7th.
So why are you at PBA?
Because I wanted to be in a Christian environment.
Because I love the community.
A million opportunities for me to get involved.
I really find myself growing here in my walk with God.
Because Palm Beach Atlantic University is anchored in faith,
Anchored in values. Anchored in truth. We educate, mentor, pray for our students.
So they can confidently
launch.
Leading off the 7th for Palm Beach Atlantic, number 28, Hannah Carlton.
Sailfish will send Hannah Carlton to the plate to start the 7th inning against Mariah Gallhouse. And she'll take a swing, but a little tardy and fouls it back to the netting. It'll be Carlton, Albertini, and Allen. If anyone can reach, they'll go to the top of the order with West. Sailfish need 2 to tie it, 3 to win it. It's one hit out towards right field, driven pretty well, but drifting back and making the nice catch is Chevalier. Wind did not help that one, blowing in from right. But a better swing from Carlton. Perhaps that'll carry over into game number 3. Albertini trying to get aboard. She'll foul it back. Good cut. Albertini, the senior out of Martin County High School in Palm City, just north of Jupiter and Stewart area. 0-1 to her. This one hit weakly towards shortstop. Going to be a tough play for Balmer, but she'll make it. Good stretch there from Jansen. A bit of a tough track to run on today, too, with all the moisture. So Albertini, who was an above-average runner, still not able to beat that one out. Here's Faith Allen, the final hope here in the 7th for PBA. That one low and dug out by Farrell for ball 1. Like to see Allen get aboard and give the top of the order a chance. She'll bunt at it, but come up empty. 1-1. Allen asking for a little extra time. Now she's ready. Here's the 1-1. Tapper left side. It's going to be a fair ball by Phillips. She'll throw and get the speedy Allen. A 1-2-3 7th inning for Mariah Gallhouse. She'll pick up the win. The Spartans take the series. They lead it 2-0 in that category. We'll take a break. Be back for the conclusion of this 3-game set in about 20-25 minutes or so. Stick with us. Thanks for watching PBA softball here on the Sailfish Sports Network.